Hi everyone. I want to do a book review on probably top three most profound book in my life is The Woman Who Ran with Wolves, Clarissa Pinkola Estes. And this book, I'm sure you've heard of it as you're watching this review. It's really renowned among women's book communities and even beyond that. Just more finding the truth and the power in feminine, whether you're a man or a woman. So this book, it's really activating. And what I admire most about this book is it's not trying to abide by the rules of what's acceptable. It's not a book that you pick up and you don't expect to be pushed or challenged or have your comfort zones shaken up. It is not afraid to cross the lines. It is not afraid to call you out. It is not afraid to overstep the boundaries that will help you wake up to your true nature and your true power. So dives into all topics, and literally it doesn't matter how old you are. This book could be beneficial if you're 98, if you're 13, reading it to your 6-year-old daughter, if you're 45, if you're 25, anyone. It covers such a vast array of topics, from relationships to body, to fear, to death, to losing a partner, to losing a child, to health, to independence, to finance, everything. And it's not in a self-help way, it's in a transmission, like you would be talking to your great-grandmother and she's telling you stories and wisdom, and you soak it in like a child. Anyone has the opportunity to be a child while reading this book. Anyone has the opportunity to feel like they're receiving initiations that maybe they didn't get in their childhood or in their motherhood or in very key aspects of their life when you need it the most. It's very healing in that way. And my top 3 takeaways from this book: 1 is the connection with my raw essence. So that part of me that is different from you, that is different from my friend, that is different from my lover, that's uniquely me and that is raging inside of me to express itself. We all have this. For some it might be activism, for some it might be cooking, for some it might be bringing up children, for some it might be cleaning up the environment. We all have something, and sometimes there's not even a word for it, but it's uniquely us and it's our passion. And this book has a way of ripping it out of you, pulling it out of you through your emotions, pulling it out of you through your own realizations. So that's 1. My second takeaway is nature, but nature in a way we're not really taught. The things we can learn from nature osmosisly, just by being in the same space, without having to do things that feel against our comfort zones. If we actually just invite nature into our life in ways that are comfortable for us, we can start to find more wild in the very pure sense of that word. And you know what, this probably stems into the third best takeaway, which is wild. You think of women who run with wolves and they sound like wild women, and maybe that's intimidating, like, oh, so I have to run with the wolves, or I have to be feral, or I have to be really ballsy and out there. It's not about that. Wild is like an animal in nature. It's primitive, it's instinctive, it feels everything. It's not running around crazy all the time howling. This is what we think of wild, but this book has a way of helping you find your own wild. What is wild for you? You don't have to be like that wild woman over there doing something. What's your wild woman? Find that, feel the power in it, and start to bring it into your life and your relationships. That's a huge takeaway from this book. So those are my 3 top insights and takeaways. I would highly recommend this book, especially if you have children, or if you're in a women's group, or you feel that you have a position of influence over a group of your friends and you can really uplift them in some way. Share this book. And it has so much to it, and you would want to savor it. I'm still reading it for the 2nd time and I go slow, and then the 3rd time and I go slower, just because you want to make it last. And it has so many things that can inspire women to create and be themselves, to learn from their lineage and from maybe women that they didn't have in their physical lives. By reading this book, you actually have a symbolic grandmother, you have a symbolic mother who's holding you through this journey. And it's really insightful. There's exercises that can help empower you. Like step by step, you can take the book, and it's like a retreat in a book. There are things that are given to you that you can take away and do. and I've done them, and they're amazing, and it lasts with you. So this is my review on Women Who Run with Wolves. I highly suggest it, and I know I'll be reading it again, and I'll be sharing it with my friends and my family and children in the future, or who knows, anyone I can. This book is really powerful, and I'm so grateful for Clarissa for writing it. Thank you. I hope you enjoyed the book.